Every year, it gets colder. Now let's see if we can't put some life into you. Our bloodless king. He did not enjoy that throne, but he never complained. Not to me, at least. Even my endless teasing couldn't faze him. Not bad for a 7-year-old with no idea of what was happening to her and why she was having such vivid dreams. Brave Zoe. It couldn't have been easy getting caught up in events and wanting nothing more than a quiet, normal life. Hugsy. He's the only creature in this little world of ours older than me. Now that my life's winding down, I feel like I'm just beginning to understand song lines. But at least here they are, charted and documented. Someone may benefit from my experiences. This was April's. I'm not sure how that's possible or how it ended up here, but it's hard sometimes to separate my own memories from what I've read and heard. April's journeys are vivid to me, but also dreamlike. His feathers are a lot grayer these days, poor thing. He hates growing old even more than I do. Thank the worlds I learned to play the guitar, or I might never have discovered the song lines. The twin worlds became one, and decades of strife and unrest followed. Many perished, but it had to be so. Magic and science could not be divided forever. The complete history of the War of the Balance and the Reunification of Worlds, Volumes 1 to 13. I've yet to make it all the way through, I'm afraid. Worlds like that one are jarring. Everything just slightly off. It's like it was designed to keep me on edge, and I have such a hard time understanding post-physicals. She came to me when I was a child. She spoke to me, comforted me. The Secret Lives of Stickman. The people of Stark got a sneak peek of what reunification would be like with the collapse. For most, it was not a pleasant experience. Still so many worlds unvisited, so many universes left to traverse. But time's running out for me. I had to visit Letok. I couldn't just let that mystery be. But the paths didn't lead me to them, or to that time, and I found nothing. Why did you never come back to me, Mama? Were you really not able to find your way? Or did something else happen? Did you forget about us? I refuse to believe she stayed away on purpose, and I never really believed she was dead. She might have been lost in time, like Papa always said. That would explain why she couldn't make it back. I like to think Papa found Mama in the end, and that they lived out their lives together somewhere green and beautiful. Papa never gave up hope, no matter how hard I tried to convince him otherwise. If anyone deserved a happy ending, it was him. I wish Mama had come back to me, just to say goodbye. For too many years, I was so angry with her for leaving. I like to think Papa found Mama in the... Oh, Papa, trying to keep me here with wards and old magic. I must have been such a handful for him, and a royal pain in the ass. He left his glasses when he packed his rucksack and walked out the front door. Where he was going, he didn't need spectacles. At least I got to say goodbye to him. Oh, Papa, trying to keep me here with wards and one of the Sylphan worlds. Beautiful and peaceful, as always. So, naturally, I grew bored again. One of the Sylphan worlds. Beautiful and peaceful, as one of my older works. I must have painted that when I was in my late teens. Come to think of it, that was an actual place. I visited there to get in touch with my ancestry. It was a strange and powerful experience. One of my older works. I must have painted that. The dead walked in that world. They were exceedingly polite, but it still creeped me out no end. The dead walked in that world. They were exceedingly polite, but it still creeped me out no end. One day, I'll get rid of that accursed thing. It's stained with the blood of dragons, but it's too dangerous to simply discard. The silver spear of Gariman, older than the twin worlds, forged in the fires of the first earth, created for one purpose, the destruction of magic. Some days I use it as a walking staff. If we do end up taking one last journey, it'll probably be because of this blasted stick. One of my favorite worlds, vast and beautiful. It took me days to walk there, across treacherous song lines, avoiding discordants and bell strikers. I probably would never have gone unless I'd picked up those rumors about a Midgardian woman who suddenly appeared in the City of Three Moons. I was hoping I'd find her there, but the woman had left years before. I stayed a while. It was a wonderful place, but I grew bored, as I always do. I prefer my worlds three-dimensional, thank you very much. I prefer my worlds three-dimensional, thank you very much. I don't much like holding it anymore. It's thick with the blood of dragons, and heavy with broken dreams. I won't mess with this one. But I think I'd like to revisit this particular scene in a painting. Perhaps something that goes further back, to the beginning of the journey. Dragons visions and dreams. Oh, Kian, I miss you dearly. Not a day goes by when I don't think of you. He's been gone so long. I have a hard time recalling his voice and smile. I loved him with all my heart. I always will. Our bloodless king, my dearest Kian. I miss our long conversations. I even miss how every single one of my jokes passed over your head. My dearest Kian, I'll leave them up. After all, Papa isn't around to tell me to clean up and bring them to my room. Arcadia, Crow, the Rolling Man, the beginning of a long, long journey. That's her story, experienced with my own eyes. I still can't wrap my head round that one. I believe her daughter is still alive in the continuity, along with her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Brave Zoe. It couldn't have been easy getting caught up. From what I've heard, she lived a long and fulfilling life. And I know she passed the dream on, or all this wouldn't be. From what I've heard, she lived a long and fulfilling life. And I know she passed the dream on, or all this wouldn't be. What's that, Huxley? You miss Papa? Oh, I miss him too, old buddy. I'll release you when the time comes, and you can float on the winds until you find another stuffed toy in another little girl's room. What's that, Huxley? I used to think he spoke to me, and I do believe I was right about that. There's a spirit inside him, old and shy. I think Mama put him there to watch over me when she was traveling. Oh, dear old Hugsy. You're barely holding together. Oh, dear old Hugsy. I would so like to go, but not now, not today. So much energy. Her chi is in this. Someday, at the very end, maybe we will meet face to face before the cycle begins anew. I'll leave it be. Someday, at the very end, I'm too busy to call on the song lines tonight. But perhaps another day, when my legs don't hurt. Did I pluck it? He never sheds, or if he does, he hides it well. I've spent so many years trying to make sense of our connection. I don't think I ever will. She's a part of me, and she always will be. But how and why? That's a mystery. I feel her presence in this. I mean, I always feel her presence. That's inevitable. But there is something about this talisman. I helped Galath with the details while he was writing it. I was there to witness it all. At least Galath was able to complete it before he traveled on to the stars. It's an impressive achievement, that history. I really should read it one day. That's a tale for another occasion. I haven't been back in decades. No Earth reminds me too much of friends long gone. But maybe I'll pay one last visit to those who remain. Some call it Starcadia. But not me, for it's a silly name. I'll sit down and read later, with a good cup of tea from a floating teacup. There. Oh, yes, I remember that place. And that strapping Coruscant farm boy. It was an enjoyable 2 weeks. Until his wife returned. Let's see. Oh, almost found myself in jail that time. Accused of whatever passed for witchcraft in that backwoods place. Like poetry could possibly open gateways. You need music for that. Was this where I found that godling and nursed him back to health? I believe he ended up wandering down songlines himself. He promised he'd stop by someday, but gods. Can't trust him. What's this one again? Oh, that place gave me a headache. There was something about the odd angles that messed with my mind. That and the trans-dimensional cephalopods. Wherever I put my finger, there'll be a memory. I could keep doing this for days. I could never write as well as she did, so I stopped trying. I could never write as well as she did. I miss you guys so much. I've read her stories. They're beautiful. I've collected them all. Maybe I should try to get them published somewhere. Why did you never come back to me, Mama? Papa never gave up hope. No matter how hard I tried to convince, they wouldn't do me much good. Those wards are long gone. Rose loved to tinker with her creations. Now where did those dragonflies of hers go? I haven't thought of Rose for nearly half a century. Where did she end up after reunification? She always spoke about going post-physical and being with her Alvane again. I would love to hear that story one day. Knowing Rose, she got what she wanted. I'll make some tea to go with the shortbread later, after my guest has left. It's the comfy chair. If I sit down, I don't know if I'll be able to get up again today.
It's freezing out there. You should not have let me go outside. Brr.
You're a big boy. What imbalance were you thinking?
Fresh air. And I was going a bit stir-crazy inside.
You know very well it's not safe. Paths shift with the wind between worlds, and the song lines are fragile things at the best of times. One discord, and you could end up lost forever. Just like...
You worry too much, old woman.
Oh, old woman, huh? You're no spring chicken yourself, bird.
Oh, bird me. I've survived worse. Anyway, time to dry my cold feathers by a roaring fire while I enjoy a saucer of sweet sherry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you. You can't.
What? I can't what?
Be here.
You're not serious. You're serious.
I'm receiving a visitor, and she mustn't see you. There'll be too many questions. Questions I can't easily answer.
And who, pray tell, is this very important visitor?
I will tell you. Afterwards. Go upstairs and warm yourself by the chimney. It won't be too long.
After all these years, I get no respect. No, don't say anything. It's fine. I'm going upstairs. Just don't expect me to come back down again later. Or ever.
I'm making shortbread.
Call me when it's ready.
Welcome, April Ryan.